Look, we in 2nd Ezra 16, and we're going to look at verse 22. It says, well, no, we're going to look at verse 15. It said, a fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundations of the earth, like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer, returneth not backwards, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon earth shall not return again. These plagues, man. Y'all think what we dealing with now is something? He said it's going to be just like a woman in travail. It's going to happen back to back to back to back. Going to be a whole lot of people dying. Ezra said, woe is me. Woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days? That's reincarnation right there for all you that don't believe in it. All you Sadducee spirits out there. Ezra said, woe is me. Woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings. In your affliction, you're going to seek me early. Remember Hosea 5:15? I'm going to go to my place till they acknowledge their offense and seek my face. In their affliction, they're going to seek me early. Here it is. I'm telling you. That's why we don't have no choice but to get it right with the Most High, man. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings. The beginning of famine, that's food shortage. We're hearing that over and over and over and over again in this lesson. And great death. It's going to be killing a lot of people. The beginning of wars. You see they got wars right now. Russia against Ukraine. And the powers shall stand in fear. They're going to be afraid. I bet you're going to know what fear means then. To be afraid, to be scared. Oh, you're going to know about it then. The beginning of evils. What shall I do? Ezra said, what shall I do when these evils shall come? See, but that's why I say it's so powerful that we have these scriptures through the precepts, because he didn't hear. He didn't understand. He was told. 2nd Ezra 14:9. He told him, the Most High told him this through Uriel, the angel. He said, hey, but I shall be taken away from all. So you're going to die, Ezra. And from henceforth, from here on in, thou shalt remain with my son, and with such as be like thee. That's what I locked into. He said you're going to be with such as be like thee until the times be ended. Hear that? So he ain't got to be here during the time that the Most High gave him the prophecies of what's going to happen in this earth. Go to 2nd Ezra, the 8th chapter. At verse 48. Can't go over this enough. It say, and in this also thou art marvelous before the Most High. Speaking to Ezra. Archangel Uriel speaking to Ezra. He said, in this thou art marvelous with before the Most High. In that thou hast humbled thyself. You got to hear this. Humility is very, very important. As it becometh thee, and hast not judged thyself worthy to be much glorified among the righteous. Hear that? He humbled himself and didn't think of himself to be much glorified among the righteous. You can't think that you are that. You righteous just because you keeping some laws, statute commandments. So how is it that a Mashiach got to come back and teach us for 1,000 years if you got it all together? No. Don't account yourself as one of the righteous. That's why the Most High dealt with Job. Most people don't even know that. You know? But it's right there. The young dude told him. He told him, hey man, he dealt with you because you said you was righteous. And I went through many lessons and showed this over and over again. How, you know, even our powerful King David. Look at Psalms 51. It says, look what he's saying. Psalms 51:3. For I acknowledge my transgressions, and my sin is ever before me. Against thee Thee only have I sinned. That's marvelous in the eyes of the Most High. Against thee, if that's the Most High, the thee is the Most High. Thee only have I sinned, and done this evil in thy sight, that thou mightest be justified when thou speakest, and be clear when thou judgest. Say, behold, I was shapen in iniquity, and in sin did my mother conceive me. See? That's marvelous in the eyes of the Most High. Going back to 2 Ezra 8. I'll give you many case scenarios. Daniel's the 9th chapter, saying the same thing. All the prophets. 2 Ezra 8, verse 48. And this also thou art marvelous before the Most High, in that thou hast humbled thyself, as it becometh thee, and hast not judged thyself worthy to be much glorified among the righteous. See? For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world. That's what we living at right now, y'all. The last days. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world. Why? Because they have walked in great pride. Walked in great pride. But understand thou for thyself, and seek out the glory for such as be like thee. That's why he told them that he gonna be with those that's with him, Ashak Yahushai, that's like Ezra, who didn't count himself as one of the righteous, but humbled himself. That's why he says, seek out those that's like Ezra. And he said he gonna be with those at the end times. Well, he don't know, he didn't realize it. That's why I say a lot of times things come to us and we overlook it. Like he overlooked the fact that he said, Most High told him, you're going to be with my son. When the times end, when all this is over, he said, you're going to be with my son. Look, going back to 2 16. And verse 22. For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish. I mean, they're going to die of famine. They're going to die of food shortage, not having enough food. That's why you can't just say, oh, the Most High going to take care of me. That's pride. That's righteous. Thinking you righteous, well, he have to take care of you? I don't think so. You prepare yourself for this. You hearing it, so you should have been preparing already. But if not, start preparing yourself. I mean, they even telling you on social media. I mean, for Patriots, they selling all kind of things for the times to come. Food that lasts 25 years. For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, of food shortages. And the other that escaped the hunger, escaped the famine, not having no food, shall the sword destroy. Gonna be killed with weapons of war, guns and so forth. And the dead shall be cast out as dung, as boo-boo. And there shall be no man to comfort them. All you that need that comforting, ain't gonna be nobody to comfort. Nobody in this day. For the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down. Ooh. There shall no man left to till the earth and to sow it. Ain't gonna be no farmers. The trees shall give fruit, who shall gather them? The grapes shall ripen, and who shall tread them? I think about that movie with Denzel Washington, Book of Eli, and I'm Legend with Will Smith. For all places shall be desolate of men. Gonna be nobody around. So that one man shall desire to see another and to hear his voice. Remember the Most High said he gonna take two of a family and one of a city? Y'all believe that? Believe if you want, it's right here. You hear it. So that one man shall desire to see another and to hear his voice, just to talk to somebody. And see another man. For of the city there shall be 10 left. Of the city there shall be 10 left. Of the city there shall be 10 left. And 2 of the field. which shall hide themselves in the thick groves and in the clefts of the rocks. There it is. You heard that all this lesson. You're going to say, hey, there they are over there. As in an orchard of olives, upon every tree there are left 3 or 4 olives, or as when a vineyard is gathered, there are left some clusters of them that diligently seek through the vineyard. Even so, in those days, there shall be 3 or 4 left by them that search their houses with the sword. Sound familiar? They're going to be going through the houses with the sword, with guns. This is serious. Second Ezra 15. And you got to look at this because don't think in your wildest dreams that you can be exempt from this. None of us can be exempt from this. No one of us. Unless you so righteous that the Most High have to make sure that you are right. Don't be like Job. Second is 15 and 14. It say, woe. This is all prophecy, y'all. And it's in the Bible. Woe, destruction to the world, and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, drawing near, and one people shall stand up to fight against another. This racial wars. And swords in their hands. Like you said, they would come in the house, destroying the houses with swords, taking people out. Swords in their hands. Modern day, swords and guns in their hands. But there shall be sedition among men and invading one another, coming into their houses. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. They ain't going to regard no person of authority. And the power and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. They're going to be going on their own because people outnumber any Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force, all that combined. The people outnumber them. A man shall desire to go into a city, this martial law right here, and shall not be able. You're going to be able to go from city to city. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses. In your affliction, you're going to seek me early. Shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods, rob people because of the lack of bread. That's famine. Famine, famine, famine. Food shortages. And they making it that way. Paying the farmers not to bring the crops. I seen, look like 10,000 cows just laying on their back dead. However it's going to happen, the Most High's ways and thoughts are not our ways and thoughts. He'll use anyone to fulfill what it is that's written in this Bible. Understand, overstand this. You see, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword. In our affliction, we shall seek the Most High early, right? And spoil their goods because of the lack of bread. And for great tribulation, great hell that's going to be going in these streets. Understand, overstand this. Verse 22. He said, my right hand, he said, shall not spare the sinners. So y'all can think y'all not under the law if you want to. And you sinned, he said, Mashiach Yahushua, which is the right hand of the Most High, shall not spare the sinners. And my sword shall not cease over them that shed innocent blood upon the earth. The fire is gone forth from his wrath, and have consumed the foundation of the earth and the sinners. Those that saying we ain't under the law. Those that not keeping the law, statutes, and matters of the Most High. Those that's not keeping the Most High's rules and regulations. Like the straw, look how he compare you as a sinner, as the straw that is kindled. Y'all better stop believing these preachers telling you ain't under the law, but you want the mercy and grace, and you a Gentile grafted in and got to run around the church like a chicken with his head cut off, talking about you got the Holy Ghost. That ain't in the scriptures. Or tell them come forth and prove it. Prove it. He said, woe to them that sin. That be destruction to you that sin, because you're going to sin because you're not learning the moral laws, civil laws, dietary laws, and ceremonial laws. He said, whoa, I'm here to warn you because you're still my brother. I might call you pork chop eating preachers, but I'm talking about you Israelite preachers that are leading our people astray. There's a judgment for you. Understand, overstand this. Or come forth and prove that it's not. According to scriptures. That you're teaching the truth. Listen, he said, woe unto them that sin. Because if you're saying that you're not under the law, you're going to sin. People that listen to you are going to sin. Going to break the Most High's laws. Woe to them that sin and keep not my commandments, said the Most High. You got to deal with him on that. I will not spare them. You hear what he's saying? So all you that's following someone that's telling you that you ain't got to follow the commandments, ain't teaching the commandments, you don't know any commandments, you can go on my YouTube page, Priest Wam, and just scroll in, going over the laws. Going over the laws. And you'll see they come up. You can go over them on your own. You can read from Genesis to Deuteronomy. Come on, they say you want to keep some of us, put in the book. You got to get over that. You can't allow them to judge and tell you what you got to do and how you are. Go against the grain instead of flowing with the grain. Open up this Bible and read it. He said, I will not spare them. Verse 25. Go your way, ye children, from the power. Defile not my sanctuary. He said, for the Most High knoweth all them that sin against him. Do you realize that you're giving the Most High the middle finger? You know what that means, right? By saying you're not under the law. You hear what he said? The Most High knoweth all them that sin. Sin is a transgression of the laws of the Most High. That's 1 John 3 and 4. The Most High know you. It's being recorded against you. The Most High knoweth all them that sin against him, and therefore deliver he them unto death and destruction. That's why I'm here to warn you. For now are the plagues come upon the whole earth, and ye shall remain in them. But the Most High shall not deliver you. Why? Because ye, that's you, have sinned against him. Can't get no clearer than that. Go over that for yourself, but make it mean something different. I'm talking to all you that believe that we ain't got to follow the Most High's laws. Man, these plagues that's coming on this earth, y'all better recognize, man. That's why Ezra was scared. He was like, woe is me, woe is me. Who gonna deliver me in these days? The days we in right now. Better understand, overstand this, man. Look at 1 Thessalonians 14 and 16. 1 Thessalonians 14 and 16. No, when I'm shall the earth, he said there was some that was standing there that would not see death. They wouldn't even see death. And some people are not going to see death. First Thessalonians 4 and 16. For the Most High himself and the Master Yahweh himself shall descend from heaven. You see? That's why when you look at hold that. when you look at Acts, the first chapter, the 9th verse, up to my second side, had died, rose on the third day, walked the earth for 40 days. In Acts, the first chapter, in the 9th verse, it said, and when he had spoken these things, while they beheld, he was taken up. And a cloud received him out of their sight. That cloud is a chariot of the Most High when you read Psalms 104 and 3. Like the UFOs, they call them. We call them IFOs. They call them identified flying objects. We call them identified flying objects. The chariots of the Most High. So while they was looking, a chariot took him out of their sight. Just like Elijah went up into a cloud. A chariot. Say, that's why I look at 2nd Ezra 13. We in Ezra a lot today. It's one of my favorite prophets. Look at 2nd Ezra 13. Now you just heard what we just read in Acts, the first chapter, the 9th verse, right? Listen what it says in 2nd Ezra 13 and 32. And the time shall be when these things shall come to pass, and the sign shall happen which I showed thee before, and then shall my son be declared, whom thou sawest as a man ascending. See? Right? Ascending. Ascending. So now go back to Acts 1, the first chapter. And verse 9 again. And when he had spoken these things, while they beheld, he was taken up. That's ascending. And a cloud received him out of their sight. Listen, and while they looked steadfastly toward heaven, they looked up in the sky. As he went up, behold, two men, these are two angels, stood by them in white apparel, which also said, ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven? Why you standing here gazing up into the sky? It says, this same Yahushai, Hamashiach, which is taken up from you into heaven, shall so come in like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven. That's why it's saying. You go, Revelation 1 and 7. Revelation 1 and 7. First chapter, the 7th verse. Behold, he coming with clouds. The clouds are the chariots, the UFOs, the white man call them. We call them IFOs, identified flying objects. Behold, he coming with clouds, which are the chariots, which are the angels also. Let me prove that so y'all won't be thinking I'm just talking out the side of my neck. At least you'll have scripture to back it up. I don't want to be like, saying things and then you saying it and you can't prove it. First Thessalonians 5:21 said, prove all things. So let's prove that these clouds are the chariots. Psalms 104 and 3. Who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters, who maketh the clouds his chariots. See? That's a vehicle. Who walketh upon the wings of the wind. The chariots be flowing, rolling through the winds. And they are operated by the angels. Psalm 68:17. The chariots of the Most High are 20,000, even thousands of angels. See? Even thousands of angels. So, now let's go back to 1 Thessalonians 4:16. 1 Thessalonians 4:16. it reads, for the Most High, while Mashiach Yahushua himself shall descend from heaven. Like you see him ascended, he's going to descend from heaven. And I think we went to Revelation 1 and 7. Let's complete that scripture. It says, behold, he cometh with clouds, which are the chariots of the Most High, which are the angels, and every eye shall see him. So don't worry about it. Anybody saying he's over here, like they think they got a new Messiah that the Jewish people are saying just came on earth. Nah, he said every eye gonna see him. Everybody ain't seen him. When he come, every eye gonna see him, Mashiach Yahushua. And they also which pierced him. Hear that? Like they crucified him here in America. And all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so. I don't deal with that word right there because that was put in there. That was calling another entity. Like L-O-R-D is B-A-A-L. And that's A-M-E-N-R-A. Egyptian, number one. God. 1 Thessalonians 4:16. For the Most High himself shall and the Mashiach Yahushua himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of the Most High. How loud is that going to be? The trump of the Most High, and the dead that have died by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua in the name of the Lord and Savior shall rise first. Then we which are alive, so there's going to be those that's going to be alive, hopefully it'll be us, and remain, shall be caught up together, that's 1/3 of the 12 tribes of Israel, with them in the clouds, in the chariots, with the angels, to meet the Hamashiach Yahushua that's rolling in the power of the Most High. The Most High got to be there in the air. And so shall we ever be with the Most High. And so shall we ever be with Mashiach Yahushua. Wherefore comfort one another with these words. Yes. So, Second Corinthians 5:17. Therefore, if any man be rolling, like I said, in Mashiach, you rolling by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua, in the name of the Lord and Savior, he's a new creature. Old things are passed away. That old man, that old woman is passed away. Behold, all things are become new. You see? That's why he told us in Romans 12. Romans 12 chapter. This is about being born again. That's that change. Old things are passed away. That's why he said Romans 12:1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, not getting something you do deserve from the Most High, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice. You see? And that's how it's going to be for some of us that are going to be martyrs. That's rolling by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua, as we done heard within this lesson. Our living bodies got to be a sacrifice. Holy, pure and righteous, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service. That's what he say. And be not conformed to this world. You can't be conformed to this world. But be ye transformed. That's renewing. Transforming yourself from that old man to a new man. That old creature to a new creature. But be ye conformed. See, but be not conformed to this world. Salakia. But be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, the way you think. That ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High. Let's see. You gotta be in this, man. To change. To want to change. But if not, then you're gonna have to deal with it. Second Ezra 15. Let's go to Second Ezra 16. And let's look at verse 47. It says, and they that occupy their merchandise with robbery, charging all this money for goods, making 200%, 300% of profit, the more they deck their cities, their houses, behind all the money that they're making, their possessions, and their own persons, the more will I be angry with them for their sin, said the Most High. Like as a whore envious a right, honest, and virtuous woman, a whore gonna enter a right, a honest, and virtuous woman, because she's all jacked up, laying with this man and that man, and a right, honest, and virtuous woman. That whore gonna dislike her. So shall righteousness hate iniquity. You hear that? Righteousness, those of us that's keeping the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High, hate iniquity, wickedness, and those that are wicked. But see, if you don't look at it like that, you don't think about what these scriptures are saying in your life, and you see that the righteous man gonna hate iniquity when he sees it, especially when you ain't trying to change, when she decked herself and shall accuse her to her face, when he cometh that shall defend him, that diligently searches out every sin upon earth. You hear that? Which diligently, without shadow of a doubt, searches out every sin upon earth. Tell y'all the books are being written of everything that we doing in these mortal bodies. And those books gonna be open. Verse 53, he say, let not the sinner say that he have not sinned. So don't let the sinner say that he have not sinned. For the Most High shall burn coals of fire upon his head. Y'all listen to Pope Top preachers if you want to. Let not the sinner, those that transgress the Most High's laws, say that he have not sinned. For the Most High shall burn coals of fire upon his head, which saith before the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and his glory, of Mashiach Yahushua, I have not sinned. Behold, the Most High knoweth all the works of men. Remember, his eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men. And the secret parts, he said. Their imaginations, the things that we think, our thoughts, their thoughts, and their hearts. See, two people too long have played themselves and the people, because a lot of you just go to church and you regurgitate what your preacher says without scriptures. That's why a lot of you probably can't deal with this, because it's too long, too long in that Bible. And who's really following these scriptures with me? Who's picking these scriptures out and reading them as I'm going over them? Because these plagues are drawing near, y'all. They ain't gonna be slack. And what you gonna do when they come for you? You know? I've had too many condolences. To my brothers and sisters, man, over the last couple of years, man, it's been something. That's why you got to get it right, or you're gonna be dealt with. Second Ezra 16 and 51. And therefore, be ye not like thereto, nor to the works thereof. You better stop listening to them, telling you ain't got to follow the Most High. Second Ezra, the second chapter. Verse 26. It's for those that's going to keep the laws, that's commandments of the Most High. Look, he says, as for the servants, when we read Isaiah 45 and 4, Jacob my servant, Jacob being the father of the 12 tribes of Israel. As for the servants, the 12 tribes of Israel, whom I have given thee, there shall not one of them perish, for I will require them from among thy number. So some of the Israelites, it's not going to perish. You're going to remember to say those that are alive when he comes, they're going to be taken up in the chariots. He tell you here, Moses said he going to require them from among the number. As for the servants, who are the 12 tribes of Israel, that 1/3, whom I have given thee, Moses gave us to them because we broke his laws. The same thing that y'all saying that we not under. We broke his laws, therefore he gave us to the heathens, to the Edomites. The last captivity we have to go under. As for the servants whom I have given thee, there shall not one of them perish, for I will require them from among thy number. Say, be not weary. Don't be worried. Worry cancels out faith. But when the day of trouble, this is in our affliction, we're going to seek him early, and heaven is coming, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance. That's why this is all worth it. He say, others going to weep. What did he say? Be not weary, for when the day of trouble, we in Jacob's trouble, y'all, and heaven is coming, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance. The heathen shall envy thee, but they shall be able to do nothing against thee, said the Most High. Say, my hand shall cover thee, so that thy children shall not see hell. Say, be joyful, O thou mother. That's why it's important that men and women, especially if you have children, hear what he's saying here. Be joyful, O thou mother, with thy children, for I will deliver thee, said the Most High. Remember that children that sleep. See, some of us have lost children. They're gone. They're dead. For I shall bring them out of the sides of the earth. So he's going to bring them up again. From out the sides of the earth, and show mercy unto them. For I am merciful, said the Most High Almighty. Embrace thy children until I come, and show mercy unto them. For my wells run over, and my grace shall not fail. Don't that sound good? That's good news to me. What about you? That's those that's going to be in the spirit with them. 1 Kings 6. Go to the book of 1 Kings, the 6th chapter. And verse 13. And he said, go and spy where he is. Hold up. That's 2 Kings. I like you. 1 Kings 6 and 13. Hear the word of the Most High. And I will dwell among the children of Israel. and will not forsake my people Israel. You hear that? And I will dwell among the children of Israel, and will not forsake my people Israel. That's why Joel 2:27. Joel 2:27. So he's not going to forsake his people Israel. Joel 2:27. What does it say? And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, we the Israelites, and that I am the Most High your power, and none else. And my people, who are the Israelites, shall never be ashamed. See, does that sound great? And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am the Most High your power, and none else, nobody else's. And my people shall never be ashamed. Acts 2:21. Let's write, no, before we go there, oh, it's too late now. Acts 2:21. Well, you can write down Acts 2:32 is where John 3:16 comes from. Acts 2:21. And it shall come to pass, it's future prophecy, that whosoever shall call on the name of Mashiach Yahushua, who's rolling Bahashama Mashiach Yahushua, shall be saved. He said that's how you reach the Most High. No man comes to the Father but by me. You ask anything in my name, I will do it, that the Father be glorified in the Son. If you ask anything in my name, I will do it. If you love me, keep my commandments. Look, and it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Hamashiach Yahushua shall be saved, right? So that's what they use. But they don't keep on reading. It's read on, like they tell us, right? So let's read on, like they tell us, right? Ye men of Israel, hear these words. They ain't talking to everybody. He said, ye men of Israel, hear these words. Hamashiach Yahushua of Nazareth, a man approved of the Most High, where? Among you, just like we read in Joel 2:27 and 1 Kings 6:13. Among you, how? By miracles and wonders and signs, which the Most High did by him, where? In the midst of you. Didn't we just read that in Joel 2:27? As ye yourselves also know. You know. We just read it. But it's going to be a powerful day, y'all. A very powerful day. That's why it's worth it. It's all worth it to be able to be a part of that number. Second Ezra 13. Okay. Look at 2nd Ezra, the 2nd chapter, and we're going to start at verse 13. Go, and ye shall receive. Pray for a few days unto you, that they may be shortened. The kingdom is already prepared for you. You hear that? Watch. Hear what he said? Go, and ye shall receive. He says, pray. He said, pray for a few days unto you, that they may be shortened. The kingdom is already prepared for you. Watch, he said. Take heaven and earth to witness, for I have broken the evil in pieces. So all you evil people, the Most High say, he have broken the evil in pieces and created the good, which is those that's going to keep the Most High's commandments, his laws. For I live, said the Most High. Mother, Embrace thy children and bring them up with gladness. Make their feet as fast as a pillow, for I have chosen thee, said the Most High. And those that be dead, those that have died, will I raise up again from their places and bring them out of the graves. For I have known my name in them, in Israel. Those Israelites that died. Fear not, thou mother of the children, for I have chosen thee, said the Most High Power. But I help will I send my servants Isaiah and Jeremiah, after whose counsel I have sanctified and prepared for thee 12 trees laden with diverse fruits for our health. It's going to be beautiful, y'all. Let's jump over to verse 40. Take the number of Zion, take the number of us, and shut up those of thine that are clothed in white. That's the righteousness of the saints. Revelation 19, and let's look at verse 7 and 8. Let us be glad and rejoice and give honor to him, for the marriage of the Lamb, the marriage of a Mashiach Yahushua, symbolically, is come. And his wife, who are the 12 tribes of Israel, 1/3, mind you, have made herself ready. That's why we saying, fear the Most High, repent, keep the commandments of the Most High, and cry unto the Most High, making ourselves ready. And studying to show ourselves approved to the Most High, precept upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little and there a little. Here would it say, let us be glad and rejoice, be happy, and give honor to him. For the marriage of the Lamb of Mashiach Yahushua is come, and his wife, who are the 12 tribes of Israel, 1/3, mind you, have made herself ready. And to her was granted that she should be arrayed in fine linen, clean and white. For the fine linen is the righteousness of saints. You see? Going back to 2 Ezra 2 and 40. It says, take the number, O Zion, and shut up those of thine that are clothed in white. That's the righteousness, and we know what righteousness is. Deuteronomy 6:25. Keeping of the commandments of the Most High as he hath commanded us. That defines righteousness. In Psalms 119, 172. Defines righteousness. Write that down. So you would know. When you see that and you go there, you know that it's still going back to the commandments, the laws of the Most High. Take that number, O Zion, and set up those of thine that are clothed in white, which have fulfilled the law of the Most High. Hear that? Fulfilled the law of the Most High. The number of thy children, whom thou longest for, is fulfilled, that 1/3. Beseech the power of the Most High, that thy people which have been called from the beginning may be hallowed. Say, I Ezra saw upon Mount Zion a great people, whom I could not number, and they all praised the Most High while Mashiach Yahushua with songs, singing songs. And in the midst of them there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest. This is Mashiach Yahushua. And upon every one of their heads he set crowns. This power and authority given to the 144,000. That would be ruling with Mashiach Yahushua. 12,000 from each of the tribes of Israel. 12,000 times 12 equal 144,000. You read about them in Revelation 7, 4 through 8. Okay? And it says, verse 43, and in the midst of them there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest. And upon every one of their heads he set crowns. That's power and authority. And was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. So I asked the angel and said, it's Uriel, the angel Uriel, He was dealing with Ezra. Sir, what are these? What is this? He answered and said unto me, these be they that have put off the mortal clothing, these mortal bodies, and put on immortal. Put on immortal, meaning you're going to be able to live forever and ever and ever. Man. And have confessed the name of the Most High while Mashiach Yahushua, by some of Mashiach Yahushua. Now are they crowned and receive palms. Now are they given powers and authority over the nations and over Israel to judge Israel. Then said I unto the angel, what young person is it that crowneth them and giveth them palms in their hands? So you're going to see that this is Mashiach Yahushua again, where? In the Old Testament. So he answered and said unto me, it is the Son of the Most High, who they have confessed in the world. You hear that? This is going to get the crowns. Mashiach Yahushua going to give them crowns, those that have confessed by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua in this earth while you living. So he answered and said to me, it is the Son of the Most High, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for Bahasham Mashiach Yahushua. Then the angel said unto me, go thy way, and tell my people what manner of things and how great wonders of the Most High, thy power, your power, Israel, thou hast seen. You see, all this from the Most High. Praise the Most High. So, Psalms 91, 91st chapter. Psalm 91. So we're going to be part of this. Y'all all right? Y'all okay? Psalm 91. And verse 1. It say, he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. You're going to abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Say, I will say of the Most High, he is my refuge and my fortress, my power, in him will I trust. That trust is having faith in the Most High. Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth, which is Psalms 119, 142,